Do you want to paint your Infinity Force quickly and with amazing results? Keep watching. Hello fellow haters of the blue, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the second video on how to paint the Operation Sandtrap starter box from Infinity. In the first video we saw how to paint the GSA Force, and in the second installment we are painting PanOceania. As always, this video is sponsored by Corvus Belli to showcase the amazing line of Infinity models. Go and check Corvus Belli webpage in the description if you want to start your journey into Infinity or Warcraft, or if you simply want to paint amazing miniatures. Let's get cracking. As you can see, we are starting from a base coat of a black spray, and the first thing I'm going to do is do a zenithal with white. You don't need an airbrush, that's what I'm going to use, but you don't need it. You can just use a spray cans and they work just as well. But if you have an airbrush, you have more control. Again, you don't need an airbrush if you don't want to invest in one. Spray cans work just as fine, and if you want to see examples of how that looks, I suggest you check my videos on the Cursed City box set. This zenithal base coat is now fully applied, and we can start working on our pre-shade. Because this model, the two main colors are blue and yellow, I think a very slight pre-shade using a pink color, a dark pink, would be ideal to add even more color variation, even more interest, and more saturation in the shadows. So what I'm going to do is apply a wash over everything using a mix of 1 part Twilight Rose and 10 parts Express Medium. This is hopefully going to be very subtle because that's what I want. I don't want a lot. You should apply this very quickly. As you can see, it's very thin, but that's how I want it. The wash is now applied, and I can remove it from the places that I don't want it to be. You can use just your finger. It works amazingly well. I call this the peachy maneuver. My wash is mostly dry. It's dry enough that I can start blocking out the black details. For that, I'm going to use Black Legion. I just use it because it just covers completely. You can just use black paint. I just love how Black Legion flows. And I'm going to use this on everything that's going to be black, and also on the pants, which are like a really dark navy blue. In this stage, it's crucial that we are tidy. That's why I'm using such a tiny brush, because these minis are intricate with detail, and I only want to pick up what's going to be black. It's a little bit tedious and it takes a long time, but trust me, it's well worth it. With the black parts, well, blacked out, it's time to do the final stage before the fun, the real fun begins, which is a dry brush, which lends me the opportunity to shield for my favorite dry brush set. This is the ARTIFY 5-piece dry brush set, still in its lovely box, comes with soap and some sponge, and has 5 brushes in different size, really well used. This is my go-to dry brush set. And I'm going to pick one and do a dry brush on my miniature using pure white. I want to concentrate this dry brush mostly on the black details, because the rest of the model is pretty well defined, but I'm going to pick out all of the edges of the model. For this model, it's not really necessary, but for bigger models or tags, stuff like that, you really want to pick out all of the edges on the armor really nicely with your dry brushing. With our dry brush done, the first thing I'm going to do is paint the cloth. And for that I'm going to use Wagram Blue, which over the black and white pre-shade is going to give me a beautiful navy blue color for the cloth. And also because I'm going to use Wagram Blue for the armor, it's going to be a mix, but it contains Wagram Blue. It's going to tidy everything together very nicely. Just be careful around the other details. and try not to mess it up too much. With the cloth done, I'm going to paint the armor, and for this I'm going to use my custom mix of 3 parts Mystic Blue and 2 parts Wagram Blue. This is a beautiful tone that looks absolutely stunning. So I'm going to apply this over all of the blue armor. Just look at how good the blue mix looks. It's incredible. I really love this mix. Also, it seems that lately I'm just painting blue stuff, which I will admit is quite funny. It's just how life is sometimes. With all of the blue now done, it's time to paint the yellow, just because I really like painting yellow. And for that I'm going to use Dreadnought Yellow. So I will go around the model, just looking at the bits on the box art that are yellow and painting them using this. Just look at how good the yellow looks over the pink pre-shade. I will have to admit that most of the reason why I did the pink pre-shade was because, well, these bits were going to be yellow and I really like how the yellow looks with a little bit of pink in the shadows. If you find it difficult to move around these tiny details there, well, you can just pick them out with some white later, so don't worry too much. With the yellow drying, I'm going to paint the leather, and for this I'm going to use Battle Dress Brown, thinned down with Express Medium. This is 1 part Battle Dress Brown and 2 parts medium. Oh yeah, super happy with that. Battle Dress Brown is one of my favorite express colors. If you want a darker leather color, you can just thin it less, like 1-on-1, or just straight up Battle Dress Brown. But I really think this lighter leather color works very well with the rest of the model. Not many things left to do. I just clean up all of the messed up details using some white. Now I'm just going to paint the weapons with some Black Lotus. As you can see, the Black Lotus just tints that dry brush really nicely, preserving the highlights really well on the edges and just making everything look, well, just amazing. As you can see, I don't do too of a heavy coat. I just want to tint this surface. For the steel bits, including the knife, I'm just going to use Starship Steel. And that includes all of the belt buckles, an incredibly big amount of details scattered around the surface of this model. On the knife, I'm just going to wipe out the area where the main shine of the weapon is going to be. Just like that, and using my finger as always. Creating a very simple, really cool, and really effective NMM effect. Finally, the only thing left to do is paint all of the lights scattered around the model, and this model has quite a lot of them, and I'm going to base coat all of them using just white, very carefully, trying to leave a recess, a dark recess between the main body and the light, and also picking up the edge, just like that. I'm going to go and do this across all of the lights in the armor of this model. This part is obviously optional, but I think it's really worth taking a little time to do this. With all of those lights now picked with white, we can start adding the color, and you can choose any color you want. You can easily do red or green, but we are going to do magenta. And for that I'm going to use Doomfire Magenta, which I'm thinning with equal parts Express Medium. We just apply this over the white and just rubbing it on the edges. is a really easy and quick way of doing OSL effects that will make your miniatures look way cooler. And as a last final touch, just to make it extra special, we can just mix a little bit of Doomfire Magenta into our white and place a dot of that in the middle of the lights, just like that. I wish I had the time to paint the remainder of the warband, but sadly I couldn't get them ready in time for the video. Still, I am extremely happy with how this model turned out, especially given the time spent painting it, and I can't wait to finish the rest of the models and have my first game of Infinity very soon. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget that if you like my videos and want to help me make them, you can follow me on social media. You have the links to all my social media in the description below and in the pinned comment of this video. Share and like this video, but most importantly, there is Patreon and channel members. Patrons and members allow me to do all the cool videos that I want to make, and most importantly, they allow me to keep releasing videos for free here on YouTube. Perks include access to an amazing Discord community full of lovely people, access to many more Patreon exclusive videos, and also private one-on-one online classes. Help me and join the list of the coolest persons in the planet, including Chase, 901 Horses, Adam Carroll, Adam Foots, Adam Thaxton, Agon David, Alex McDonough, Alan Hansen, Alvaro Presno, Andrew Dyer, Andrei Mishenko, Antoine Darbon, Avery Swanson, Bartosz Badensky, Betty Ostov, Big Beer 83, Bowlesley, Bransky, Charles Armitage, Chester Ross, Chris G, Chris Padmore, Christopher Waterford, Kieran O'Murthile, Colby Roof, Copper, Cory Trickler, Chris Talios, Dan Mako, Daniel Pitch, Daniel Ramin, Darcy Farrar, Dave Griffiths, David Smith, Derek VW, Dr. Cathaber, Dr. V, Eamon Patton, Emily Queen of Sloths, Emaren Stewart, Felix Franke, Fergal, Philip Weka, Francis Harbord, Gareth Smith, G-Force, Good Old Boys Podcast, Hamish Donald, Hendrik, Hyde Anderson, Ian, Jacob Morris, Jake Staines, Jason Weber, Jay Jones, Jimmy McL, John W, John Schutt, Jorge Pardo Serrano, Jude, Justin May, Just Rex, Carl Jones, Kevin Marshall, Kevin Schulars, Killaman21, Lafarel, Leonard Lindemann, Lugubrious Cramhorn, Mailbox 2112, Mark Jarvis, Mark Watson, Matt Wallis, Matthew Lang, Michael Borrow, Michael Holtz, Nasser Luta, Natius Maximus, Nicholas David, Oscar Jonathan Thomberg, Pablo Cuesta, Painted by Tainted, Palace Cat, Draybots, Richard St. Pierre, Robert Fuller, Robert Macmillan, Roger Nilsson, Sebastian A, Spicy Joe, Squarewave, Stavros Stavro, Stephen K, Stirling Coulter Hayward, Swallox, Tyrek, Terry Denham, 3Gs, Tristan Lavaux, Tristan Lennard, Venture, Jeven Dombrava, Soil Jefeth, Oscar Therain Bebia, and Stephen Zimmerman. And as for me, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!